What is going on, everybody? I am back. Just finished my workout, and I'm here to address some questions, concerns about some excuses, the way I look at it, on why people are still having a hard time to think about getting going, staying motivated, and they ask me what I did in the beginning to get myself going. And for me, I made a dedication to myself to show up every day, 7 days a week. Sometimes, most of the time, 2 times a day, for 93 days straight. So, because I figured that if I could do that 21 days, they say make a habit. I did it like 4 times that, pretty much. And once I did that, it was easy. And so I was able to stick with it. You know, the whole time I was in pain, I was hurting. So I did the best I could do each day when I'd show up. When I was in pain, you know, if not, I was doing something. I was walking on a treadmill, I was lifting some weights, I was doing something, but I was still eating poorly. But I did whatever the hell I wanted to do to maintain that change in my lifestyle, where I would stay committed to the lifestyle change that I wanted. You know, people are saying they have injuries, they have this, they have that. You know, shortly after I made that commitment, and I was in there for a while, several months, I broke 2 fingers in the gym, being silly. And I can upload a video showing you where I broke the 2 fingers, and then you want to know what? I showed up the next day, and I did what I could do, because I was not going to let that be a setback to where I wouldn't continue the goals that I had set forth for myself. I focused on leg day. I focused on doing pull-ups like a Ninja Turtle with 3 fingers, curling with palms, whatever the hell I needed to do, I would do that. You know, obviously during this quarantine, I've been out of the gym for a long time, and it never changed my mindset on the goals that I had and where I wanted to get back to it. So I have injuries. I have a torn delt from a car accident, rope swing, a combination of things. So I lifted baby weights until I could get through to it. You know, I've got some people that are saying they've got lower back issues. I've got severely herniated L3, L4, L5 discs, from bad to severe, where that's what was part of my progress and that was part of my motivation on why I wanted to start working out. When the doctors were giving me anti-inflammatories, pain medications that doped me up, and I didn't want to live with having to get an epidural every month to handle the pain. So I found a machine in a Planet Fitness called the lumbar machine. Pretty much you sit down on it and then you go backwards a whole bunch of times. And I built those lumbar muscles that are around the lower spine to strengthen my back. And those are what support the spine. So when those herniated discs would pinch that nerve in my leg, that I would have pain, my back would go out, I no longer have those issues anymore. And when I was overweight, 60 pounds, imagine carrying around 60 pounds of extra weight every day. And that obviously put more strain on my back. So that's a huge thing that I used to overcome that. So, you know, I mean, we can come up with excuses on why we don't do things, but you know, the only doctors they would say, all the doctors wanted to do is put me in physical therapy, and my work schedule, my life schedule did not allow me to take a break during day business hours, you know, 8 to 5, break away from work to go do physical therapy. I had businesses to run. I had a lot on my schedule. So I made time between 5 a.m. in the morning and 11 o'clock at night is when I would go back my second time. Between 9 and 11 o'clock, I would go back. And it was just something that I wanted to do. And that has been like my mindset with anything that I've ever wanted to accomplish. You know, if I wanted a safer home, I was on that shit, like obsessive compulsive, like my mind revolved around it. If it's this, it's this. So, you know, I also am hearing things about, I'm too old, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm 40 years old. I didn't start until I was like 35-ish. I quit, and I came back in October 20th of 2016, and I stuck with it. And here I am now. I've obviously lost a lot since the quarantine, but it's just given me like more fuel to want to do this and come back stronger and harder than ever. So if you're saying you're too old, I look up to people that are older than me. I look up to a gentleman who's 51 years old, and if I can be 50% of the dude that this guy is, in the next 11 years, I'll be happy, because he is an animal. Look at The Rock. He's 47 years old. So if you're some dudes who's like, oh, I'm in my 30s, oh, I'm here, that dude's an animal. And there's tons of people that are older than us that are accomplishing a lot more. So look up to people like that. They just have the dedication. They have the goals. They have the consistency. And another thing that I'm being asked about are, what do I do if I'm tired? I have not enough sleep and I'm not ready to work out in the morning. Well, remember I said I'd set all those alarm clocks right by my phone. I kind of cheat. I'll put a caffeine pill by my phone, and my coffee pot is already loaded up and ready. So the moment I would go to hit that snooze button, I'd set it 30 minutes before I want to wake up. I'd pop that caffeine pill, I drink my water, and I hit that snooze button a couple times, and by the time I need to wake up, that shit's kicked in and I'm ready to rock. So I can't go back to sleep. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And a snooze button is a snooze button for life. You do that for work, you lose your job. We show up for those things. We do those things because they're necessities. You're in a fight to not be homeless, and so that's why we show up for those things. You can sure as hell, if you didn't have DVR or whatever to record your TV show, you show up and watch that shit. And another thing for me in the gym, it's hard for me to focus. Like, I'm ADHD, and so maybe it's kind of a benefit for me, but like I have a hard time. Don't tell me like you need a routine and you don't have this. If the gym's busy and I have a routine that I kind of want to think I'm wanting to do, I bounce around. I'm like Dory from Nemo, where I'm like, whoa, what's this? Oh, like, how's this? And I literally will bounce around to stay busy on doing a whole bunch of different things, and to just burn that time and burn that energy. Stay doing something. So don't use an excuse of you don't know what you're doing. I didn't know jack shit. I would Google a video, I would copy it, and I would do it to the best of my ability. And I would just put my headphones on, tune everyone out, and get to work. And once I stayed consistent, the results started to show. And once you start seeing these results, you become addicted. That's it. And once you see the progress in your body, you see your health change, you see that you're capable of doing so much more, you become addicted. And so take some of these things that I've said, and if you have an injury, and Google physical therapy things that people would do, and do them on your own. Lift the baby weights. Like, when I hurt my shoulder, I went from overhead pressing a ton of weight to where I could barely lift the bar, and I would do that bar over and over and over and over until I finally got to back to where I could lift those heavy weights again. I mean, my delt is like in two pieces. That's like a hole you could sit in it. This one's like a big one, this one's screwed up, but it works, and I don't give a shit. So don't give me these things as excuses. I hope y'all have enjoy your day. I hope that this benefits some of you in some way. If you have questions, hit me up. I got hiccups, and but that's about it. So thank you so much for your time. Send me some questions, send me some more excuses or whatever, and I'm just joking, and I'll be here to address them. I'm just here to motivate you. And it's just like anything we want in life. If you want it bad enough, if there is a will, there is a way, and you will get to it. So once again, thank you so much. If you dig it, like it, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notifications button, share it with your friend, drop some comments. Love y'all. Peace. Take it easy. Hopefully some of y'all will get something out of this, and I appreciate y'all.